streaming and reviewing mods and video games. They search the land in 7 seasons, centuries have passed, until the day a hero named Marin obeyed this task. Deep dark gaming, we love to play video games. We'll keep playing until the early morning. Deep dark gaming, we explain mods and games. Deep dark gaming, 7 games and more. As Mariner set off on his quest to Louis hit a crew, the navigator joined the ranks and so did Mr. Q. Sailing for adventure, stories and for treasure, we will help you through, so climb aboard and join the crew. Deep dark gaming, we love to play video games. We'll keep playing until the early morning. Deep dark gaming, we explain mods and games. Deep dark gaming, 7 games and more.
Ahoy divers, and welcome back to Deep Dive Gaming. I am the Mariner, and we are playing Monster Hunter World Iceborne. And we have a surprise guest tonight. Soda Pop is in the stream with us. Hi Soda.
Hey, hey, hey.
Yes, this was a complete spur of the moment thing. I just jumped on the Lagging Out Discord and said, hey, who wants to hang out with me and chat? Anyone? Anyone? Hero?
Right here.
So we'll see if Hero
What's
shows
up,
up. I got
Mojo?
Soda Pop in here.
Yeah, I was kind of bored today, actually, so it's kind of good.
That's good.
Instead, it hits freezing in Houston, and no UPS, no mail, no nothing could get done because everybody's scared.
Yeah.
No ice.
UPS was completely useless yesterday. They didn't tell anybody, or they were supposed to tell us that they were not dropping off or picking up yesterday, but apparently they didn't get the memo to give us the memo. So
You've been there, done that.
yeah. So
How are you, Mojo?
ahoy, Mojo. 1 second. I'm arranging windows. Stop it. Cat nuzzles me right in the spot where I can't stand it, like right in the crook of the knee, but on the side, so it's hard to like. It's like it's the weirdest sensation. I'm trying to organize my windows still. Hang on. Okay. We got the stream up, we got the Twitch up, we got the Discord up. Okay. Let's do some fun hunting.
So you beat the main quest yet on this?
No, I'm still working on it. I'm only on the HR levels. Manage, load.
It's kind of like Diablo. Once you finish the story, that's when everything unstarts.
Yeah.
Or at least for me, it was.
Yeah, like I've played through the story of Monster Hunter World before. Got to like the very last legendary monster in the main story, but I never got a chance to do Iceborne. So that's why I'm continuing this on my channel while I play Baldur's Gate with you on Lagging Out's channel. So
Awesome.
I can hear you both twice. Why is that happening?
That's weird.
It's very weird. Oh, Mojo had YouTube and Twitch up.
Oh,
Good.
okay. I was gonna...
That's what makes her a good moderator. She can moderate 2 channels at the same time, or 2 platforms at the same time. Let's see. Where am I? I'm looking. Do I have any quests I need to pick up? Nope. Okay. So I'll head up to the canteen.
Yeah, I spent most of the day trying to find a new game to play myself. It's amazing. You go through thousands of games and nothing just nostalgia, you know, so
Yeah.
that's so bad.
Yeah, you're looking through your library at the old games that you bought, old games that you bought that you have yet to touch, and you're like, maybe next time.
Maybe. That's what I kept doing. Maybe.
One of the reasons why I do different games on my streams is because it's the only time I think I'd actually be able to play them. It's like I've had Monster Hunter World forever, but I just couldn't get started on it, and then I was like, well, I'm now a streamer. Maybe I can add it to my schedule and maybe actually make some progress.
I don't know if I played it on the Xbox or did I play it on PC. Let's check. Monster Train. No.
How are the voice levels, Mojo? I had to turn Soda down. He was coming through kind of loud, but is it?
I could have turned it down a little bit
Well,
on
I
my
did
end
it
if
on-
I'm too
yeah.
loud.
I did it on my end. We'll see if that works. Is that maybe all we need to do? Special arena HR Palumu. We'll go ahead and do a special arena really quick.
I have to keep my mic loud so I can talk over Chieftain, you know?
Yeah, I know.
So how's the weather up there, Mojo?
Sleeting? Oh no.
Bleeding. Cold. I assumed it's cold in Texas, so it's got to be cold everywhere else. So
Yeah. I think we hit a nationwide cold snap. Because I was hearing reports from Georgia, Washington. There was no peace.
Tennessee, I heard too got hit bad.
Where are you at, boy?
St. Louis. Uh-oh.
Keep him there.
Hello.
Miracle.
Hero. Oh no, should have used the trap. How's it going, Hero?
Oh, it's going good. Going good.
Good.
A long
good.
day today.
Oh, every day is a long day for me.
I bet. And like kind of peak season for you now.
We're past the peak season, but we're still getting a lot of business.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hero
that's a good
came out of
thing.
his hole.
Yeah.
It's a miracle. That's why it's snowing.
So yeah, we
It
did.
was like,
You want
what?
to talk about holes?
Oh.
Ah! He rushed
Oh
me.
gosh.
He rushed me.
It's been a long time since I played that game.
Oh yeah.
Same.
I love the
Got a buddy
insect
that's
wave.
trying to get me back into it.
To World?
The only
Do it. That way we can
Go
play.
ahead.
I was gonna say the only issue I ever had with this game is that you had to farm the correct, stuff to fight the next boss, and then so on and so forth.
Let me guess, you felt like it got old.
I actually thought it got fun after you beat the game, and you got all the fun shit to do. This is when I found it fun anyway. Of course, I also did buy it to play with a buddy who could never get the multiplayer to work. Of course, this was many years ago on the, I want to say Xbox.
Nah.
Because I don't have it in my Steam library, so.
Yeah, it must have been Xbox. Could have been PlayStation though.
No, I haven't owned a PlayStation. I've been anti-Sony since they banned me in Star Wars Galaxies, so what's that, 20 years ago?
Oh my god.
Yeah, bad for no damn reason.
Mojo says that her and her mister used to play. She didn't last past the tutorial.
Yeah.
Oh jeez.
Ouch. Get up, you fool.
I turn my back to start eating my food, and I turn around, and there is now a big puddle of.
Remember, kid-friendly
pee.
channel.
I think P's okay.
Yeah.
No, not when it's the size that a pit bull can put down on the ground.
Oh boy.
As long as it's a dog's and not, yours or your wife's, then we're good.
Well, if it was any of those, then we'd have bigger issues.
Oh my.
Oh. My bad doggy.
She usually is good at holding it, but it has been really cold outside, so.
I know. Yeah, that's why I was bored today. They shut down Houston, so. My brother's 15 miles down. They shut the Beltway down. He can't even get here. So, kind of a day for me. I did finish my banner for the baseball field though, so we're advertising on my home field when I was a senior. Got to get some feedback on it.
So, Hero, you got access to the list of movies you didn't get to go over on the stream on the live Friday night?
Shoot, to be honest, I don't even remember which all that we skipped. I know we skipped after a certain point.
I know we didn't do the Despicable Me 4.
Just start at the bottom of the list and we'll work our way up.
Okay. I mean, we can do that. I gotta finish cleaning up the movie.
Okay, no worries. Take your time. We'll see how well I am at doing movie reviews and monster hunting at the same time. And the whole Gazoo.
I don't know if I... What up, Gazoo? I don't know that I'd say it's a
Gazoo.
review. It's more like predictions.
Gazoo, how come? I always gotta take care of Gazoo here.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Will be nice.
You being nice? No.
I believe
nice.
you said.
Yes, that's very nice. A gifted sub. Well done.
Oh, dang. Now that is very nice.
I believe you said I was too nice. Yeah. So. Somebody else
You
called
can
me
be.
a saint. Yeah. Hey.
You?
Saint Soda. Of the
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, Gazoo. Oh, I didn't know we were still on the first. Have I even subscribed? I have not. Yeah, I'll give you another one.
Why are you gifting subs and you're not a sub yourself, Soda?
I just know. I thought I was sub to you.
Nope, now you are.
My bad. I watch you
appreciate
so
it very
much. Mm-hmm.
All right. Now,
Why have I never? I subbed.
You subbed at some point. I'm pretty sure you subbed before, but it's been a while.
Well, it would have gave me my founders, so maybe it was before you had your sub button.
Maybe. Maybe.
oh boy. What's going on here? No.
And you're more than welcome, Kazoo. Yeah, some of us
Gotta-
are here. The important people, anyway.
I got a buddy that's sending me messages on Facebook from this company that does nice dice and dice trays and other tabletop things, and
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, that looks nice. He's like, I want this dice tray immediately.
Oh yeah, thanks for doing the shout out, Mojo. I forgot to do that.
Well, he's kind of busy at the moment,
Yeah, I
killing
got my
a
hands
rat.
full.
Rat.
Is
What
it
is
flying
it? A
mouse?
rat.
A rat dragon? No, it's a squirrel dragon.
Squirrel!
I'm confused why they made his neck so big. He's like he's,
It's like the cheeks. It's the cheeks of the squirrel that get really inflated when they start storing stuff in their cheek pouches.
okay.
I never said it made sense.
Yeah, if you look
it
at
looks
some,
like,
a lot of the monsters in this game don't necessarily make sense.
Hey, there you go.
It looks like Luffy after he swallows something, you know, that he can't get down. You know, I'm only on episode like 185. I'm like, good lord, this show is so long.
Is that the
Somebody
One
was
Piece?
talking about. Yeah. Here you go, Soda. Somebody was talking about episode 1098.
Yeah, I
Oh,
know. I'm like, I only got 800 more to go. No big deal. Might finish in the next couple of months. The only thing good, the episodes are literally like 18 minutes each, so
You gotta be real careful, because there's gonna be basically whole seasons where nothing really happens.
Is this
Yeah,
like
we call those-
DBZ when it's when the entire season is one single power up?
Yeah.
well, I just got to the Sky Island and it was like boring at first. Got good at the end. And I was like, okay, this is kind of just, you know, moved along, you know.
We call that filler. It's
Yeah.
what that usually happens when the anime catches up to where the manga is and then passes it, so they have to like actively pull stuff out of their rear to you know, do something so that they have an episode release.
I did do this one last week, Kazoo, but as with Monster Hunter, you can never just do one. Or hunt one, you have to hunt multiples.
Several times
Yeah.
so that you could get all the material you need for the next armor piece.
Yep.
I did use the crossbow guy though. I hated the melee combat in this game. Drove me nuts.
I like the fast weapons.
I'd-
The slow ones drive me crazy. I'm like going, swing already! Swing!
Right.
I pushed the button last week and it still hasn't swung.
I have an issue with the ranged weapons in this game. Unfortunately, yeah, the main, well, really the majority of my problems with it was how little damage each hit would do compared to getting up in its face and just mashing this monstrous combo that causes their face to explode, and then you end up with a bunch of fangs.
Yeah.
True.
And if you didn't catch the reference, my main when I played was a charge blade.
Oh. I don't know what you would call mine. Shoot shit and don't die, or shoot crab and don't die.
When I first started this game, I played archery. That was interesting.
But usually, I'd have to get most of the pieces for the resistance to go on to the next monster. I do remember that. So.
How come I don't have my shock trap? What the heck? I must have messed up my loadout. Stay.
Stay.
Yeah. I'll take that. And shoot you with
Yeah, I was a
it.
little disappointed. I started Final Fantasy VII Remake the other day, and I'm like, why did they do this to the combat? Like, they turned it into a turn-based into let's smash button, but you can stop it in between and cast a spell. I'm like, what the fuck? I mean, what?
Strike
We need a
one,
beat button.
Suda.
Sorry.
But yeah, it's. I never played the original Final Fantasy. Well, no, that's not true. I played it for a minute when it was like they had it on sale for PC. I got it. And I tried it out. And I was like, yeah. I got through like what I would guess is the
The prologue.
The
'Cause I
prologue.
did the same thing.
yeah. I played through the leaving the city part, and then
Yeah.
like. My brother was like, yeah, that's just the first disc if you'd have played this in the original. I was like, oh boy.
Yep.
And then I played the remake all the way through. I think I got to like 75% of the way through. And I was like, there's no way this is the full game. And then
No,
they were
it's
like,
not. They only.
And then they were like
Absolutely
integrating-
not.
Yeah.
It's basically 5 hours of the game that they milked for, $70. So
Yeah.
the next part,
So,
I guess, is coming out pretty soon. Where you actually leave the city. That's
February.
the part I like. Yeah.
February. So like that's like what's hilarious to me is leaving the city, that part, the whole beginning of that of the original, like that part was so much shorter
Yeah.
in the original. I only played to the very first boss of the original, because I did the same thing as Mariner did. I got it. I played it. I got it on PC. I played it. I played through the first boss, which was literally just a prologue fight, and I said, "Oh my god, the nostalgia goggles are not strong enough for me anymore."
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I kind of got that way pretty quick. Because I like the turn-based,
Are you talking about the
I hate-
remake or are you talking about the original?
Oh, I played the original for ever.
Yeah, I got the remake, and I love what they did with it. And I told you that they changed the combat.
Yeah, I know. I didn't know they did that, so I was... Yeah. I don't hate it, I don't love it. Let's just say I'm in between.
I'm the same. Like I was kind of. I mean, it was definitely challenging, and I was definitely like felt the sense of accomplishments once I won, but getting to the winning was a struggle fest. Like I didn't quit, I didn't give up, but I was definitely like trying not to curse out my TV screen every single time it did something that was.
That's kind of how I was, because like everything was super easy. Then you get to a boss, and it's like, what the is going on?
Mojo says if they'd have kept the original combat, she probably would still be playing the remake.
I would be more interested, yeah. In the chocobos, yeah. Apparently, when you leave the city, that's when they actually get you.
Good job, Toby.
chocobos. Thank you. No, it's not the weekend, is it?
What's wrong?
Right. Feels like a weekend.
Can I call Paisley?
I guess you could call Paisley. I doubt she'll answer. Sorry.
Fine.
But I really enjoyed it. I think the only thing that I didn't do was I didn't grind to cap out the characters and try to get the because I think the only thing I didn't do was defeat I think it was the training mission for Bahamut to get the last Matera.
Oh. Well, see, that's another thing. Like, they're going to split the game up into 2 or 3 more games. If you maxed out your materia and everything, is it carrying over to the next game or no? See, that's my
They
issue.
better carry it over to the next game, otherwise they're going to lose a lot of people.
I have no idea.
They're going to get a lot.
To tell you the truth.
There would be a lot of refunds involved. Why am I still attacking, shooting you with the pellets when I've already got the bonuses? I don't know.
So luckily I got it over on Epic, and I had like that 30% off coupon, and it was already 50% off, so I got it for like $20 or something. So.
Yeah.
Which I think is fine. I played it when it came out, and I played the hell out of it.
I'm probably
course.
going to be... when I bought it on PlayStation. If I end up wanting to stream it, I'm going to have to get it on PC because I don't understand Discord on PlayStation. I don't know if I have even a headset that would work.
Oh, Timmy does that. Timmy plays with his on the PlayStation, but
Raven does Dauntless on PlayStation, so I know it's a thing. I don't know if I want to
Yeah.
bother.
Oh yeah.
The interface
and then I
isn't
was
really
looking
good.
at what was it, Skull and Bones comes out, and then I was watching some videos. You can't get off your ship. What kind of pirate game can you not get off your ship and plunder and like
Oh no.
everything is 100% naval combat? And I'm like, and they took it from what game did they base it off
yeah, I
of?
was thinking that was probably how she was doing it, Mojo.
Valhalla, not Valhalla, but Assassin's Creed.
Black Flag.
Yeah.
Racist.
Well, that was one of the best ones I ever played, and it was supposed to be a expansion of that game, and then they decided to make it a full game. But you
There
could
we
get
go.
off your ship and kill stuff and
The kill shot was with
Plunder.
the consent. That was awesome.
sweet. So now I'm up in the air on whether I want to play that one or not. Dragon's Dogma doesn't come out till March, so.
Oh yeah. Do you want to get into the remainder of the movie list then,
Yeah.
Mariner?
Like I said,
Let's do it.
we'll go from the bottom up. That way we don't accidentally repeat one that you covered on the live.
All right. Godzilla X Kong.
Oh no. There's
That's the very first one.
yeah. The only thing I want to know is the pink lore, or is that something that should not be?
Is the
'Cause
what?
in the trailer, Godzilla glows pink instead of blue.
So I've
And I
seen
feel like that, and I think that's supposed to be lore because I think I saw someone mention it in like a YouTube video
Like-
or a headline or something, but I wasn't sure.
So I have no idea because there have been over the years various different color schemes for when he charges up his attack.
Okay, let's fix this.
Take a picture of me. Take a
Yeah.
picture of me in this one.
And
That's the one that I'm on.
get back, Phoenix.
Gotta learn to take selfies.
I don't know why it's all pixelated.
Because I did it.
Oh, it's a filter. Anyways, I know in different movies they had different colors for his charge up for his beam attack. So I'm inclined to say that the color scheme they're using in this movie is probably something to do with the story, because the US, when they do franchise movies, they tend to try to stick to consistency more. And where I've seen the variation in the color palettes and color schemes has come from more of different movies that are not related to each other in the Japanese movies.
Right.
So I'm guessing that there's going to be some sort of lore for it. Me personally, I'm excited for it because I enjoyed all of the legendary Godzilla movies that came out.
Yeah, say Godzilla.
The ones that didn't like were like the ones that like the ones, what was it, the early 2010s ones. I didn't care much for those because it was mostly because too much human, not enough monster.
Yeah, it's Well, I mean, Godzilla minus one was a lot of human and very little monster.
But the story was engaging for me, so
Yeah.
I liked it a lot more.
The what was it? I watched a couple of Godzilla movies that were free to watch on YouTube a couple weekends ago, or over Christmas break or something. What was it? One of them is Tokyo SOS, and I watched the one that comes before that.
Ooh.
I can't remember what it was called though, but basically it was. I mean, Godzilla's the bad guy again, and the one of them was like hero's journey for a chick. The other one was a hero's journey for a dude or something. But like, it was really interesting that they did. They like called back to the original Mothra. I actually watched the original Mothra for the first time too over Christmas break. But they called back.
Oh,
to
that's a good one.
Yeah, they called back to the original Godzilla. They called back to the original Mothra, and they were like, "Oh, this is where we're starting." And then, so the first one was, I think, just Godzilla. May have been Godzilla and Mothra. And the other one was like Godzilla, Mothra, or Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla.
Ah.
And or no. It was Godzilla and Mothra and Mechagodzilla in the first one. They like built Mechagodzilla, and then the second one they were like in Tokyo SOS. It was like trying to decide whether to retire Mechagodzilla or upgrade him for the next Godzilla attack, and I can't remember how it worked out though. But it was I liked them both. They left out the Godzilla march though. I was a little disappointed in that regard.
That was during a time when they were trying to reinvent their the studio was trying to reinvent their shtick for Godzilla.
Yeah,
which
shouldn't have bothered.
It's kind of hard to tell whether they get a pass or fail on that, because
the story
A
was
for
so
effort,
good,
but
yeah, it had that lacking, like the dun 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 dun. You listen for that, like in Godzilla minus one, they used it perfectly. And in other movies I've seen, I think they used it pretty well too. I wish I could remember more of them, or I wish they were free to watch on YouTube, one of the two. But
you could find a lot of them on Amazon Prime if you have that.
I'll have to go looking. I don't have time to watch movies now that the holiday's over, but
well, I mean, when the time comes, right?
People watch them in bits. We'll see, but yeah. It was, go ahead.
But what I will say is, like, you got a point there. Godzilla minus one was perfect with their callback theme songs. Like when you have that moment where Godzilla, it's like the second time that he's going through the city, and they got the tank brigade coming out. They're calling back to the original tank brigade attacks where the artillery comes out and starts shelling him. And it's the first time they do that big dramatic bum 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 bum. Like when I heard that, like half the damn theater was like, yeah.
Yeah. I took a coworker to go see Godzilla minus one, and when the music started playing in the final scene with the boats, he was like, yes. Perfect timing. Like the ships start moving to tie him up, and the music just cues in dun 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 dun, and I was like, well played, sir.
Yeah. What about you, Soda? I mean, okay, I get it. You're probably not familiar or as familiar with this. You may or may not.
You guys know. I mean, I love Godzilla from a kid, but I haven't got to enjoy the newer ones, I guess. So, I mean, I'll definitely watch it because nostalgia reasons, I guess. But I have not watched the trailer yet. I don't think I might have. accidentally watched it, I guess.
All right, look. I'll put it this way. You always joke around saying that I hate everything.
Well, I know you don't
Godzilla
hate
minus
Godzilla.
one. Godzilla minus one. I'm telling you right now, even from just a nostalgia standpoint, without even talking about like the quality, minus one was really good. Um, there are people that disagree with me when I say that it's basically just a retread of the original story from the original movie,
Oh,
It's not though.
1938, I think.
It's a
It's
modernized. It's there was some sci-fi science problems I had with the original, like the
right.
drop a chemical in the ocean that dissolves Godzilla.
Yeah.
That was like no, but for what they did this time, I was like yes, using actual science to
Yeah.
defeat him.
So people disagreed with me when I said it's basically the original movie with some some things updated, modernized effects, maybe some story beats altered slightly. But I guess in that case, you would be calling it a remake.
yeah.
I would call it a remake. I totally would. It was
Yeah.
a legit remake. It was.
Well, no, I would. Yeah, you're right. I would call it a remake. I, I guess some people were trying to say it's more of a reboot than a remake, but I'm like, nah, this is a remake.
Well, it could be a rebooted remake, or remade reboot, whatever. The point.
Something.
Yeah, like if there's a sequel, I will be there for it.
Mhm.
If there's
Absolutely.
if there's not a sequel, I'll be like, well, that's a nice movie to come in and watch when I need a pick a ripper or something like that, because it's gonna be good each time I watch it. Mojo
I
agrees
can't
with
wait
us,
till they
though,
bring
that's
it out
a
on
remake.
DVD.
Oh yeah, I'll probably get it on Voodoo or something.
But anyways,
I might get the disc just to have the disc, but we'll see.
Sweet.
you know me, I'm all about having that physical media.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm seeing the
But-
value. I went for a long time without getting physical media, but I'm like, for this, I'm learning that physical media is important. So I'm might look at getting back into it. I don't have any place to put a lot of stuff. I need to get stuff out of my apartment, not put more stuff in.
No, I understand. I do understand. But this one, Godzilla X Kong, is supposed to be a sequel to Godzilla vs Kong that came out. What was it, 2 years ago?
Yeah, it's continuing that. It's continuing the monster verse.
Yeah, which I think is awesome because I like what they've done with the MonsterVerse. But there's just something in me that's like,
Yeah, I do.
Americans trying to do Japanese property right generally doesn't go well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mojo
That's
says
true.
I have never taken the science of Godzilla seriously because of the fact that it was meant to be a fantasy sci-fi film, not an actual depiction of real life. Yes, but if you like with Star Trek, they have established rules for the science. They tried to stay within those bounds. They try and make tried to make things fit. So, like, as long as they stay inside the rules of their sci-fi science, like it could be fictional, but as long as they stay within those rules, I'm happy. If they try and break those rules, that's where you lose me. It's like, we're gonna make
Right.
stuff up and then change it for the next movie, pretend it was that way all along. I mean, I'm like, no, that's not how it works. You have a
I
set of
didn't
rules.
come here for that. But how about a little bit of a round robin? What do you predict? You think it's gonna make money?
Say one again. Say it again. You broke up.
I was saying, how about we do some predictions? What do you guys think? You think it's gonna make money?
No. I think the franchise has become exhausted. It's like Toho does it right. They do a few movies and then they back away, and then they come in, they do for a few more movies, and then they back away. They don't like try to maintain one steady lore for a long period of time. That's how you get franchise exhaustion, is by adding chapters to a franchise that has enough chapters to it to satisfy the viewers. If you try to make more, it's Disney has this problem where they ride the gravy train to the end of the track, get out, build more track, and keep going.
Right.
More companies that do that, it's just going to be more Disney, and it's not going to work. And this was
What about
before
you,
Disney.
Soda?
This was before
go
Disney
ahead, sorry.
did it. This was before Disney went insane. So.
Well, I will offer a counterpoint for you, sir. They had a planned out story. Well, Disney had a planned out story for the Marvel Universe. And once they got to the end of that planned out story, they tried to pick up and take it further without an established plan.
Yeah.
Or, you
That's
know,
what, that's
or did anybody
that was their
else?
first mistake. And
What's that?
honestly, Mojo, Marvel, DC, Marvel, Disney, Marvel, Disney, Star Wars, none of that's actually making money. They want to pretend
Not at
it
all.
is, but it's not.
Sadly.
So anyways, that's my goal.
Yeah.
Soda?
Okay. Soda, go ahead.
I think it'll make it a little bit, but I don't think it's gonna do anything super crazy. So there's always I know a lot of Godzilla fans that'll watch it just because they're Godzilla fans, like Hero.
Guilty.
Yeah.
Guilty.
I'm not saying I'm not going to go see it. I'm just saying that it's probably not going to. And like the way Soda said it, probably the way better than the way I said it. It might make a little money, but it won't make waves.
Yeah.
I'm gonna probably be a little more conservative in my personal prediction. The last Godzilla versus Kong, let me put it word it differently. The last legendary Godzilla movie, by the studio Legendary, not saying that it was a legendary movie.
Yeah.
It was it made about 800 million. I'm not sure what their box office, or not their box office. I'm not sure what their production and marketing budgets were, but it almost hit $1 billion, and I think that
That's the one that they've been building
they're-
up to the entire time. Like they had been building up to
$1
Godzilla
billion.
versus Kong forever. Now that they've done that, it's like-
okay. That's the perspective you're coming from.
Yes.
See, I really enjoyed the Godzilla vs. Kong movie. Like, I enjoyed the story. And when it came to the end of the story, I was like, well, it wasn't really the end of the story, but when it came to the end of that movie, I was like, there's so many unanswered questions. They have me on the hook for wanting to see the answers to these questions.
What questions? though?
And I think, well, you're talking about literally a freaking prehistoric world of giants in the center of the earth. And from what I understand from the synopsis, this is basically Godzilla and Kong teaming up to take down monsters that are coming out of the center of the earth, which seems like a silly premise, but it is a premise that they used in previous Toho Godzilla movies or show. I can't remember which.
Yeah, we'll see. It could be. We could all be wrong, and it could be awesome. We'll have
Right.
to see. But anyways,
I'm gonna go with as my prediction. It's not gonna hit 800 million like the previous movie because you're gonna have that diminishing returns factor. But I think that it's going to. I'll throw out probably 500 million, which is more akin to a very successful blockbuster before the $1 billion movie.
yeah.
Good luck.
Because, you know, you get $1 billion movies and then $500 million budgets, so you actually barely make money.
Right.
Kazoo says y'all think Disney's bad, but I think they learned everything from the BBC with Doctor Who. That's a discussion for another stream, Kazoo.
It really is. It really is, because I've got so much I could say about that. I wanted to jump on the Doctor Who gravy train, but when I decided I wanted to jump on the gravy train, uh, it was already the Jodie Whittaker run, and I'm not about that woman. No, 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 no.
Yeah, like I said, that'll be a different, a different discussion for another day. So what's the next movie on the list?
Beetlejuice 2.
Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice.
Oh shit! Here comes Chieftain.
You know, right?
Is he really, or is he that just?
Oh, no, 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 no,
Oh,
no.
okay.
I was just joking.
Okay.
It was the Beetlejuice joke.
Okay, okay, gotcha. So Beetlejuice 2, I mean, it's gonna have the same. It's gonna have some nostalgia bait. It's gonna have some draw because Michael Keaton returning to a favorite role. It's kind of like.
Oh yeah.
I mean, a lot of people went to The Flash because of Michael Keaton, not because of. Oh shoot! I'm
Ezra
spacing
Ding
out his
Dong.
name.
I
Yeah.
mean Ezra Miller.
Yeah, like that's why a lot of people went was for Michael Keaton's Batman. So there'll be some of that.
Nice.
There'll be a lot of that here too because people love Beetlejuice. They love Michael Keaton. They want to see that. They would like to see that iconic role revisited. That will probably get them to a good opening weekend. Might get them if they do it well and it has legs, it could definitely get to close to $1 billion. But I'm not thinking it's going to be $1 billion. Of all of them, that probably has a higher potential than many of the others because because of those factors. But we know nothing about the story. We know nothing. I don't know who's directing it. I don't know who else is in it. So once we have more
Wasn't
of that
it Tim
information,
Burton?
I don't know if it's
Wasn't
What's her face?
Not up.
Wednesday is gonna be in it.
Oh yeah, Jenna Ortega is Wednesday. That I think is good. A good decision.
Okay, you know more about that tonight. Mojo says, I must be in the minority and I don't want to see it redone. The original Beetlejuice was amazing for me, and yes, it was Burton. Okay. Thank you, Mojo.
But is that confirmed for the director for Beetlejuice 2 as well? That's what I'm asking.
Oh. Let's see.
I was gonna say, Soda, you got the computer up for you. I'm on my phone.
Yeah, I got my hands full.
Giggity.
Sorry. All right, so Michael Keaton, Winona Ryder, Jenna Ortega, Monica Bellucci,
Monica Bellucci.
William Dafoe,
Mhm,
Catherine
mhm.
O'Hare, so all the originals. Who is this? Tim Burton is the director, so
Okay.
But
So
I
if they've
thought-
got if they're bringing that many people back, I'm thinking it's going to be. It's got I'd say 70%, 75% chance that it's going to do really really well. It could be the only 900 million plus movie we get, but I don't know that I want to say it's going to break $1 billion.
That's gonna be a tall order. I mean, not even Guardians 3 broke $1 billion.
Oh.
I'm slacking, Mojo. Sorry. You forget I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different things I'm watching. Plus listening to
All the many
Hero
tabs.
and Mariner.
Let's kind of jump. Let's jump out of order this time. Go ahead. What do you think, Mr. Soda?
Oh, I love Beetlejuice, so I can't wait to see this. I'm not a big fan of going to the movie, so I'll probably have to wait till it comes out somewhere. I can probably Amazon or something where you can buy it. But I love Beetlejuice. Like, should be. I hope it's good. I hope they don't rush it and screw it up. That's my biggest concern. So, because I've been talking about it forever. So, yeah. How long have they actually worked on it? How long are they going to get to work on it? I'm guessing there's going to be a lot more, probably CGI in this one. I would assume.
Probably. But it's Tim Burton, so I kind of expect it's probably not going to be heavy on the CGI.
True, but who's actually gonna play Beetlejuice? Oh, Michael Keaton's gonna play.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It wouldn't be. It would not be. It would not have the excitement levels if someone else was going to be playing Beetlejuice.
That I agree with. So yeah, this one could do good. Let's hope it does good.
So, my thoughts. I don't know if I think it'll get that high, Mariner, but I do think it'll do very well. My argument for it doing well is you've got the original cast, you've got the original director, and that's gonna bring opening day numbers, and from there it's gonna depend on whether or not the movie is good and done right to get that word of mouth to get it to go. I think maybe 600 to 700 million.
Yeah, that's about what I was thinking too.
I don't.
There's an actual trailer out now
What?
from Warner Brothers.
Oh.
Be careful. There are
I'm
a
gonna
lot of
say it right
fan-made
now, though.
trailers too for different things.
Yeah. This doesn't look fan-made.
Okay.
I'm gonna just say it right now, though. I don't think there's going to be very many billion-dollar movies coming out in the future for a while.
Yeah.
I really don't think so.
So I guess.
And
the
it's
thing
not
is,
because I don't think there's going to be good. I think it's going to be people managing their movie budgets correctly and telling good stories to get high numbers.
So let's.
It's just
so
they.
Let's not do. Let's not say this or that. And the other thing is going to be $1 billion. We'll just say we'll do well and maybe predict numbers as to like what it's gonna.
Yeah.
What it's gonna do.
But for this, I'm totally down with Jenna Ortega. I'm totally
I think a lot
down
of boys
with.
are down with Jenna Ortega.
You're not wrong. But I'm all in on the original cast. I was a big Beetlejuice fan. So much so that I actually watched the Saturday morning cartoon for a lot of years.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That's funny.
And I do think there's a couple of things going against it. Like, a lot of people have looked at the nostalgia bait movies and a lot of the nostalgia bait that they've done recently, and they being the big studios, and they're just kind of cringing. So there's that subset of people that, nothing against Mojo. I think that because they got the originals on board for this, and that Tim Burton has got the reins, I think that this will be done right and treated right and given the right treatment. But I think the reputation of studios making a mess of Grand Slam home runs that they could have been doing, Disney, everybody's looking at you.
Right.
I think that reputation, that, bad taste in people's mouths is what's causing that negative view of, like, you don't have to mess up the original. You don't need to revisit the well. I mean, I know Chieftain said it a lot. For a lot of years, Walt Disney himself said that he would never do a sequel because he wants it done right the first time.
Right.
There's no more story to tell after the first.
Yeah.
He never believed in sequels. So I think there's an argument for that, and a lot of people probably agree with that.
Yeah.
I'm the kind of person that says it really depends on what you're doing, whether or not there should be a sequel.
Yeah, and you can do things that aren't necessarily sequels either. Like you can have crossovers, I guess is the word I'm looking for. Where you can take
Yeah.
characters from one movie and add them to the roster in another movie. it's telling a different story. It's not continuing that character's particular story.
Like Ghostbusters.
Like, well, no, like
Yeah.
like the Avengers. Like you had the Iron Man. Iron Man led to the Incredible Hulk. Unfortunately, that did not do well.
Yeah.
But like each one has its own installment. Like I would have been satisfied with one set of Iron Man movie, with one Iron Man movie, one Thor movie, one Captain America film, and then the Avengers. I would have been satisfied with that. The fact that they
No, they were
did a
milking that.
second set of all those movies, I was like, once I knew the intention was for them to have like a bigger story to tell over the course of several movies, I was like, yes, let's do it. Then they got to, well, I won't continue, but my point is that the crossovers worked because you had established characters getting together to team up. It was cool. It was something that hadn't been really done before, and so I think that's why the first Avengers worked so well, is because it was a new idea. It was something that people had that worked well in the comics, and then they brought it to the movie, and it worked well there. Once, maybe twice. A third time was pushing it, but it's like having direct sequels is unnecessary when you can do things like that. Is my point.
Yeah. Yeah, I made my prediction of 600 to 700 million. You got any more on Beetlejuice 2? Anybody?
Nope.
No,
All
I'm
right.
good.
Next on the list, and honestly, I
And
don't know how well the
apologies to
first one
chat if
did.
but really quick, apologies to the chat if I'm not as engaging with you guys as usual. I didn't. This was kind of a surprise thing for me too. It was a spur of the moment decision to invite Hero and Soda on, so conversation got
Too much sugar was involved.
too much sugar was
Right.
involved. So, but I'm trying to keep engaged with you guys too. I apologize if I missed a message. Mojo agrees with her. It says, Hero really hopes so with that many OGs on board. I have high hopes for it. Great Gizu says, Hero wants to bring back Roger Corman. Oh, and then Mojo's agreeing with me. It's probably a good thing I'm not that engaging with the chat. She has so many opinions on this topic. So go ahead. Next movie.
So the next one, I don't remember how well the first one did, but based on a lot of the fanfare and the hype, I think it did really well. But we've got the sequel to Dune,
Oh Lord.
Now
the
this
continuation.
This is where I wish Hollywood would stop. Don't make parts 1 and 2. I was excited for Dune until I found out it was only part 1. And I was like, well, see you in 2024. Because
Right.
I did not bother with part 1 because then I'd have to wait a year for part 2. I was like, no, give me both and then I'll watch it.
Well, see, that's the problem. The original Dune, as I understand, was an insanely long movie.
It wasn't that long. It was 2 hours, I think, maybe 2.5. I enjoyed it a lot. It was one of my.
I heard otherwise. I heard that it was a lot longer. But you know, this is secondhand information, and
there was there have been a couple of iterations of Dune over the years. The original one the one that got a lot of attention that had Sting in it and Patrick Stewart. That one, I can't remember how long that one was. But that was my first exposure to Dune, was that movie. The only reason I watched it was because I saw that Patrick Stewart was in it. Once I saw it, I was like, I want to know more about this. And so I went and I read the book, to my regret, because the book is long.
yes.
The movie didn't feel that long to me, but maybe that's just because it kept me engaged the entire time.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna be blunt and honest with this one. Dune, the book, I would love to sit down and read it if I still had the attention span to sit down and read. I haven't been able to sit down and read a novel in years, and I
Mojo
used to
says
be
2 hours
a
and
literal.
17 minutes. So yeah, not that long. 2 hours and 17
In
minutes.
comparison. in comparison to the movies we've been getting lately, yeah, that's not that long. Um, but I used to sit down and like binge read novels. I could finish an 800 to 1,000+ page novel in about a day and a half to 2 days. I don't have the attention span for it anymore, so rip. But I've heard nothing but good things about the originals, and there were a lot of people that said that they absolutely loved this movie. There were also a lot of people that said that they absolutely hated this movie.
Right.
Well, you're gonna have that regardless. There's no one gonna be like, I love this movie. I hate this movie. I love this movie. I hate this movie. You know, like it's, you can't have consensus on anything.
Well, I did not see the first one. I'm interested to see how this one does in comparison because I believe it was a really, really huge profit. And this one, again, I always say sequels are going to face diminishing returns.
Yeah.
But
Technically, it's not a sequel, but still.
well, yeah, but this actually, if there was enough people that saw the first one that really loved it, they're probably all or most going to come back to see this part 2 because they're going to be wrapping up the movie. Yeah, they got to wrap up the movie.
Or they will be unsatisfied.
Right?
The dude says this movie should be better. Story-wise, basically, they just got out of the prologue of part 1. It just says, I wonder how many people went and saw the first one thinking it was the whole film until the end of the film.
To be continued.
Yeah. That also, I heard that it ended in a weird spot, so I don't know.
Would not be surprised if that was intentional.
Or was it amazing? Or was it it might, I might be misremembering. There was the other movie that had a part 1, part 2, Enter the Spider-Verse or whatever. That might have been the one that ended in a weird spot. I can't remember now.
Yeah, I was so mad when that one ended where it did.
This is why, again, I don't like movies broken into halves anymore, because you hear all the hype, all the negative from the first film, making you either want to see it more or not want to see it at all. Then the second one comes out, and you're convinced by what you've decided for the first movie. I'd rather have one movie to go watch and rave about, or have I don't know what I'm trying to say, or have less time between the two movies.
Yeah, that's probably a better bet right there. Yeah.
Yeah, we're talking about a movie that came out in when was it? 1918?
Dune 1 was last year.
No, you're right. It wasn't that long ago. They were talking about it as far back as 18 and 19.
Okay.
You said 1918. Where were you at, bro?
He was
You already?
meaning 2019, 2018.
Yeah, he's like a vampire. He's like, oh crap, I can't say that. I wasn't born then. Cough, cough.
What, does anyone remember Pirates of the Caribbean: Dead Man's Chest?
Oh God. Yes.
Do you remember how they ended that?
Yeah.
Do you remember
that one?
Do you remember how it was 6 months, only 6 months, to the next one, and we could see the ending?
I think that was an accidental occurrence. I think they ended up shooting like it was intended to be one movie, and then the story was cohesive and good enough that they wanted to split it, they had to split it into a separate movie, but they had enough of it done to create 2 movies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why can't you plan that?
That could be wrong.
Yeah. I feel like that's what they should do. Is they should do what Peter Jackson did. Film as much of the movie as you can. Break it, and then if you can get I can't remember all of it, but it was he he had a good majority of the trilogy filmed before before they released the first movie. They didn't do a movie and then film the next one for sequel and then film the next one for sequel. They intended from the start, and so they could release one a year, and we knew it was going to be one a year. The other nice thing was that Tolkien actually wrote the books in sets, so that one book was one complete story, and then the next book was continuing, but it was like they actually had each individual section had its own story arc, so you could do so it was easier to break it into 3 movies because each book was literally its own story.
Huh.
And then Mojo agrees with me. Film the whole thing and then release as you please.
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly. I agree with you.
Definitely.
Mind you-
Tolkien did all the work for Jackson in that respect.
I wish they'd do that for a series. You know, you want to see it, and then 2 years
I
later,
know,
oh
right?
wait,
There are so many
It is
good
a
television
8
series that have
episodes,
been
like-
ruined for me because, like, once I started watching anime and learned that you could do an entire story arc over the course of a season, I was like, I expected American television shows to do that. And then certain American shows started to have season-long story arcs, and I was like, yes, more of this, please. And then when certain studios went back to doing like, we're gonna do, here's the plot. We don't actually have any sort of story arc. We're gonna keep going, we're gonna, like 24. 24 is the perfect example of a show that should have had a plan from episode 1, season 1 to episode 24, season 1. Instead, I found out they were making that one up as they went. And I was so disappointed. I did not watch any more of that show.
problem with that is it's like Netflix. Like, how much money can we make? If we don't make X amount, we're not going to produce it. So that's where the problem comes in. That's why they never have another freaking season film for anything on Netflix. So
Yeah, well,
Yep.
they don't understand the long game.
and they don't understand, you know,
Wow.
a lot of shows don't kind of become,
They don't become
would say
good until
cult
their second or
classics,
third
but-
season. Yeah.
yeah, you know, most people, I wait. I'm like, is it going to have 2 or 3 seasons before I even start watching it?
Yeah,
Now,
this
usually.
is this was how I was for a good long while. It's all wait until it's got legs, until it's got like 3 to 4 seasons under belt. I would wait for television shows to end and then be like, well, does it have an ending? Yes? Oh, okay, good. I'll go watch it.
Yeah, yeah.
Not like Lost, that was a
Supernatural.
complete mess.
Yeah. Supernatural was a good one, but they're actually talking about bringing that back, so I'll be super happy.
I thought they already did.
No. Actually, that was a spinoff. The Supernatural it was in. You know how God created all those universes? That was in one of his other universes, which they didn't explain very well, so it got canceled
Yeah.
that first season. But I liked it. But I'm a Supernatural geek, so. But.
Yeah. Well, anyways, we got off track here on Dune 2, or Part 2.
Sounds like an
I-
actual. It sounds like a regular lagging out live to me.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's about
I know,
right.
right? I think I'm gonna throw some numbers down. You guys tell me what you think. I'm gonna just go with a. Based off of what you guys have said, I'm gonna go with probably 400 to 500 million.
That
I can't
sounds
say
fair
much.
to
I've
me.
never even watched the first one. I mean, I watched the original, loved it. Never watched the, the newer one they made. So I can't really say much on this.
Do you know what the numbers were for part 1?
I can look it up real quick.
Can you please?
Yeah.
Because that will influence whether or not I agree with Hero.
Let's see. Let's see. Earnings. Yep. 402 million on a 165 budget.
402. So I'm
That's
gonna
actually
say,
good.
yeah. I'm gonna say 300.
Oh, what is this? Price is Right?
I'll take Tor B Bob. Or who's doing it now? Drew Carey.
yeah.
Who-
I'll
I
bet. I bid
say,
$1.
$1.
$1. Yo, did you guys hear about Disney releasing the movies, the Pixar movies that never got a theatrical release, like starting this week?
No.
Putting them in theaters.
So yep. So Luca,
Starting bloatflies.
what was it? Luca, Turning Red, and Soul.
None of those is gonna get any attention.
Yo, the first movie that they dropped only got like, I think it was like $500,000.
Wow. I know they didn't want to do Wally, but after the first one they did was so good, and then they let them do Wally, which I'm glad they did. So
Yeah, I miss
I
the
don't
heyday.
think
of
they, yeah, they weren't owned by Disney right back then. So
No, I miss the heyday of Pixar. They have
oh yeah, I agree
fallen.
too.
They have fallen so hard.
I'm afraid if they bring back another, who owns Shrek now? I don't even know. DreamWorks, right? They do Shrek. Because I know
Yep.
Michael Myers said he wanted to do another one, so now that he's out of his hibernation, his 10-year hibernation. That's what happens when you get married and have kids, and
So, what about you, Soda? What do you think? Do you think it's gonna Dune Part 2 is gonna make some good money or no?
it might if it has a low budget. I mean, I'm all for it. It's kind of like you were talking about on the show. Keep it around 100 million, and you'll make money. Like,
Yeah.
I think just
Yeah.
especially if it was a part 2, then people are gonna have to go watch it. So
Yeah, I think that. Well, I think my just hearing what it made in theaters on the first part, I would have to make an adjustment on my prediction. It's probably not going to make 400 to 500 million, especially if it made 400 million on the first part.
the only Dune reference I have is from a slot machine. So from the movie, the Dune slot machine they have. So
Yeah.
there you go. I know it has Momoa in it, right? Like,
I know a way more. I know a way how they could make more on Dune Part 2. Is if they if a week or a week or 2 weeks before they put it in theaters, they re-release Dune Part 1 in theaters, so people can actually
Lord.
have the theater experience of that, and then turn around like a week or 2 later and get Dune 2, see it in theater. Dune Part 2, see it in theaters, so they can get them both.
See, that would make sense. That would make a lot of sense. That's actually a good money-making scheme. You saw that they did that with the first Avatar, right?
yeah.
When they did the second Avatar, when they dropped that, literally a month or so before Avatar, well, maybe it was like 3 months before the second Avatar dropped, they dropped the first one again out in theaters, and it had a whole extra run in theaters and made a buttload of money, and then they dropped Avatar 2, and that thing made a lot of money.
Good idea.
Whoops.
And I think,
almost was.
and I was actually thinking of this. Why, like, they probably can't do it because there's too many people out there that get their panties in a bunch over the whole Ghostbusters thing. But I was actually thinking of that before the new Frozen Empire Ghostbusters movie drops. If they did a theatrical run where they did Ghostbusters 1 and 2 and Afterlife in theaters again, and then drop Frozen Empire.
Yes. That would be a good thing to do. Would be to release all sequels should get a what am I trying to say?
A refresh before you watch.
Like yes.
Yeah.
Like missed it the first time. Well, here's the sequel. Or here's your chance to see the first one before seeing the new one that we're putting out in a month.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a bad idea.
Now, will they do that?
Aaron,
Of
there's
course
a
not,
genius.
because it was someone with brains who thought of it.
Exactly.
So, guys, Madam Web.
Oh man,
I
that
don't know
one,
about that one.
that's so broken. There's no sense to the lore in that one. There's no sense to the characters in that one.
Other than they're hot.
There's that's
Okay.
even debatable.
Let me put it this way. Madam Web, as I remember her, was a character that was introduced in the War of the Spider, which is actually the entire Spider-Verse concept, just before it became the Spider-Verse.
Now, are you talking
Yeah,
about
yeah.
like the '90s Spider-Man cartoon series on Fox? Or are you
Yes.
yes,
The
that's how I was
Fox cartoon
introduced to.
series,
That's how I was introduced
Yeah.
to Madam Web as well.
the cartoon series on Fox had Madam Web. And Madam Web was like the herald of the interdimensional war, and she goes through all the multiverse and pulls in different versions of Spider-Man to do battle against this big bad in the Spider-Verse. I don't remember all the details. It was in the comics before it made it to the 90s cartoon. The 90s cartoon actually followed the comics very closely. Not perfectly, of course, but it did follow it closely. Madam Web was a blind paraplegic that was wheelchair bound. Now, there have been other versions of Madam Web in the comics since then, which brings in this whole concept of why we've got a bunch of different girls running around with Madam Web's powers.
Mojo says, "Stop it. Sorry if I stopped paying attention at this point. Let me know when you change films."
It's got Emma Roberts in it.
Look, I just this
And Dakota
is,
Johnson. Got some hotties in
This okay, good picks for if you want eye candy, but if you want actual good acting, that's debatable.
here. Well, I mean, this is how much, I didn't watch that, so
Ahoy, Mr. Q.
I didn't know who the
How
hell
are you
Madam
doing,
Web
sir?
was.
We're having an impromptu movie debate about the movies upcoming.
Oh, I was gonna say I
But-
didn't know who Madam Web was until I looked it up. So I'm
Yeah.
sure there's a lot of people out there like me. They
It's
didn't
okay,
watch
Mojo.
the cartoon you're talking about.
Yeah, but it's just they really changed her powers. They really changed who she was. You're talking like somebody that's supposed to be old, wheelchair bound and blind. And then they go as far as to make the villain a Spider-Man lookalike.
Oh,
I'll just say one word for a hero: cough. Devil's cough. That's 3 words, but still, don't get into the subject. I'm just saying cough. Davros cough. You'll probably know what I mean. But
yeah,
that's-
because I'm
that's-
with you on that one.
That's not what we're talking about tonight, but that's kind of where my thinking has gone on that.
I
I
had
feel
to
like
look
I
it
know
up.
what you're talking about, but I can't remember off the top of my head, sir. Oh, no, I do remember off the top of my head.
There you go.
Oh,
Plus, you guys know
You-
I talk crap about Spider-Man. So
I mean, yeah, that's kind of sort of your thing.
I mean, I hope it's a good movie. I'm not gonna watch it, like I said, until it's probably free. So
Well, if the box office numbers for Morbius is any indicator, it will be free pretty quickly.
I didn't even. Yeah, I haven't watched more. I've been meaning to, but I just haven't. So.
I heard from what I saw, the numbers were abysmal, and they did a re-release of it as a meme because of the whole Morbin time meme, and it made a little bit more money, but it was because people were hate watching it.
Don't worry
Yeah,
about
it
it, Mr.
didn't
Q.
even-
Probably should have planned this a little better. There was sugar involved. I got on the Lagging Out Discord and said, "Who wants to come hang
Started
out with me in
screaming.
chat?" And then we kind of got into a conversation about what movies are coming up, how well they'll do, and it's kind of been a Lagging Out
Interesting.
after party.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. So, yeah, Morbius Says it made 167
Now,
million.
what is Morbius? The only Morbius I know of is the villain in the oh, what? It was the comic book series before Brand New Day. It was like it was the kickoff to Brand New Day. They were going to reset a lot of the stuff in the Peter Parker Spider-Man story.
Oh. So Morbius
And Morbius was like Morbius was hunted. Like this was the Into the Spider-Verse comic book villain, right? Or are we talking about a different Morbius from a different franchise altogether?
So Morbius in Spider-Man was a vampire. And if you watched the 90s cartoon, you might actually remember Morbius from that, because he does make an appearance, and because it was the 90s and it was a cartoon, they changed his vampire powers. Instead of biting people and drinking their blood, he would drain their energy through his hand.
Okay.
So they had to change it for the 90s cartoon.
That's the wrong
Because,
answer.
you know, blood. But, so Morbius was just, no, Jared Leto got a bad rat on that one.
Yeah.
But,
Hey,
anyways, I think Madam Web is going to do abysmal. The villain that they chose for Madam Web is literally wearing a black costume that looks like the Spider-Man costume. So I think they're going the whole wrong direction. I think they're making a terrible mistake. This movie, in my opinion, is going to bomb. It will be lucky to see much more than 160 million.
It won't break even. It's
I
gonna
will
lose
not.
money. Okay. But so
It's
Mojo
going to
can
be a
come back to
massive
the,
bomb.
So Mojo can come back to the chat. What's the next one?
Yeah. Okay, I think everybody agrees with this one.
Yeah.
All right, the next
Oh,
one.
yeah.
The next one is Despicable Me 4.
How long
Oh,
has
you
it
know I
been
love
since
this one.
How long has it been since Despicable 3?
Despicable Me 3. Let's see. Despicable Me 2017.
Okay.
Wow. But
But
has it really had time to breathe? Is my question.
I just love the Minions and Steve Carell, so yeah, I'm good. I
Banana.
love. I mean, I watched the Minion
and-
movies because like.
The absolute opinion on this one for me is it's going to do very well.
Yeah.
I'll say 500 million. I don't know how much at all the other ones have done. I'm just gonna throw that number out there. I think that's a safe a safe bet for money making for Minions. The Minions and Despicable Me. It is a kids franchise. It has done very well. It is a huge draw for children. I think this is that Disney is getting replaced by these guys.
Yes.
Well, worldwide it did $1 billion, and it's the fourth highest grossing animated film of all time for number 3. So you might want to rethink the number a little bit.
Okay, I mean, just hearing that, I'll softball it at 700 million to 800 million.
I think 700.
Conservatively.
700 is probably a good number, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know too much about this one. Like I think of all of them, this one has the highest second highest potential. The other one that I said has the highest potential still has the highest potential, but this is a good second. It's in the running.
Yeah, well,
Let's see who the cast is going to be in 4. I haven't even looked at the cast. Let's see.
while
Of course,
he's
Steve
looking that up,
Carell. I was going to have Christine
think-
Wiig again.
I think
Miranda.
Ghostbusters has a good chance of being in that running for highest numbers.
Oh
I
God,
think.
Russell Brand's gonna be in it.
Oh dang. I think
Yeah.
Sonic has good potential. I think what's the other one that I was thinking? I think the next Spider-Man installment from Sony is going to have some good potential. I don't know. We've got some good contenders, but I'm going to say it again. I do not think we're going to have billion-dollar movies this year.
Yeah, I agree
I
with
want to
that.
say 3 is the one where they went to the villain fest or whatever.
I thought 3 was where they where Gru meets his brother and he'd already turned to
Oh.
a good guy.
Mojo
That's
says
what I thought,
twins.
but I could be
Mojo
wrong.
says twins.
When?
Yeah.
Gru's twin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I meant. His brother.
Yeah, you are
Okay.
correct.
Come on, puppy. Time for you to go outside.
Hey, hey, man.
I'm not gonna have you pee on my floor again.
But I am a Minions lover. I've watched every Minion, with even the short films.
Isn't that how they started? Was as a short?
Yeah, pretty much. The Minions movie was great. I don't know how much it made. Let's see if the Minions. Minions
God's
movie. They come out with a movie 2 apparently.
Minions are currently on Mini Mojo's tablet. That means so we know one person
Ooh,
who's going to
Phoenix.
see it and probably see it several times.
Oh, I
Might make $1 billion off of them alone. Anyways, I don't have a whole lot to say about it. I love it. I think it's good. It's I think it's gonna make good money.
Even the Minions, the movie, made more, $1.1 billion. That tells you what they love about the movie. Minions. Of course, I like the Minions movie because they were actually speaking, like, some of it was Spanish, like, instead of just total gibberish. Like, it was pretty funny.
Well, what?
See,
Never mind.
I never would have figured that out.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Next.
anybody else? Yeah, I was gonna say next. We don't have a whole lot left that we didn't cover. We kind of touched on Sonic 3, but I'll go ahead and revisit it. I think Sonic 3 is gonna do okay. It's probably not gonna hit the same numbers as 1 and 2 did.
I
But
haven't seen any of the Sonic films.
Me either, believe it or not.
my opinion is they were good.
Okay.
But
We will bow to your
Yeah, because he
superior
doesn't
knowledge
like
of the
anything. So if he liked it, then it's gotta be
Look.
decent anyway.
Look, it had to me the right mix of nostalgia and I don't know, when they redid the character model, because everybody knows how awful that character model was on the first go.
Yeah.
When they redid it and I saw the redone character model, I was sold. I decided I was going to see it then because I was like, wait, they're actually listening to fans?
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm glad they did on that one. Yeah, sure. Never seen it, but I seen the before and after. I was like, what were they thinking? It's almost like
Yeah.
what's his face from Lord of the Rings and that model. Like, didn't you ask
God.
opinions first?
Did you show this to a fan before you published it?
Right. I mean, you blind?
But,
Maybe they're just smoking some good stuff.
now, I'm going to be honest. Sonic, like the movies, these movies did not follow the the games, the comics, any of the source material as far as the story they kicked out. It was a lot more of a buddy cop movie than anything else, the first one. The second one continued the story from the first one, and it was good. But, and I'll say, like, again, it's not retreading anything from the comics or the games. Not that most of the games really had a lot of source material until you got into the 3D era. But it was just good writing, creative. And when you bring out, when they brought out Knuckles in the second one, Idris Elba, fucking dope. Sorry, pardon my language. Sorry.
Whoa, dude, ban him.
That's two. One for each of you.
I apologize. I caught it right as I said it, and it was too late. But Idris Elba was amazing in the role. I like the voice they picked, which obviously Idris Elba's, and I like the personality they gave him. It fits. So now they're jumping forward, and I'm afraid that they might be introducing a few too many side characters from the Sonic universe, because they're adding Rouge the Bat and they're adding Shadow the Hedgehog, and I feel like it might be a little too soon for those two characters, because those two characters appeared towards the end of the Sonic storyline, overall overarching storyline. So I think they're cramming in, I feel like they might be cramming in a couple too many too soon. I feel like if they were going to go this route,
actually, like you and Mojo may be the only ones who actually know anything about this. So we'll nod our heads even though they can't see us nodding our heads, and continue to listen.
Okay. I can't see the chat, so what's Mojo saying? Just because I'm curious.
Through that comment, those are from the 90s cartoon, but I'm not sure what she's referring to. So the Sonic Horror, those are from the 90s cartoon, LOL. I don't know any of this. I was not a fan of Sonic, never have been a fan of Sonic, never played any of the Sonic games. The only reason I know who Sonic is because I've seen snippets of film or snippets of videos of people playing the game, but like no one's ever told me any of the lore of the game or anything like that.
Your little hedgehog that runs around and grabs coins. That's the lore.
Rings. But yeah, like again, it also depends on which cartoon you're following, because there was two 90s cartoons. One that actually followed the Archie comics, and the other that was a Saturday morning cartoon that was nothing but a goof fest. But I don't know. If I'm gonna throw a number out there, I think it's gonna probably come close to matching what Sonic the Hedgehog 2 did, which, if you could so to look up what that draw was.
Sonic 2?
Yeah.
Check.
Mojo says, I actually watched both. The Saturday morning was the first version I saw.
Sonic 2 grossed 190 million in the United States. Total 405. So 405 million total.
I think I'd be comfortable saying 400 to 500 million. I'm talking global numbers, of course.
It is the most successful video game movie of all time. So, there you
Mojo says, because we have no taste.
go. Yeah, worldwide total is 405.
Come on there. All right, dogs. Now that you've been outside in the freezing cold, Twice you peed on my floor, dog.
Told you I wasn't housebroken yet. Oh wait, that's my Baldur's Gate character.
All right, we skipped a couple on the original run through of this list. Inside Out 2, what's your guys' thoughts?
The hell is Inside Out 2?
You don't
That
remember
one,
the first Inside Out?
I'm looking it up right now.
That one, the first Inside Out movie, like as far as a Pixar film,
Oh,
making-
that one. Okay.
like for what it was supposed to, for what I felt it was supposed to do, I actually thought it was successful in doing it, but it also, it wasn't a movie that you want to see and expect to end in a good mood. Like, it's not one you want to start watching if you're in a good mood. It's not one you want to finish watching if you're in a good mood, because it's a real emotional roller coaster.
Well, I mean, considering you're talking about a preteen.
Right, so I'm like, so I'm not eager to see a second film. I'm curious to see like what the story is for the second film, but I'm like considering how much of a struggle the first one was emotionally, I'm not sure I'm on board for a repeat.
I haven't seen it, but it made
I haven't.
$850 million bucks, so of course they're gonna make another.
I have not seen it myself either. I will say that I don't think it's going to do well, just based off of
Well,
the.
we know what Disney Pixar's been doing recently, and we don't have a lot of hope
Yeah.
that they will break from that trend.
Right.
Exactly why I say I don't think it's going to do well. What I have heard basically implies that the girl is going to become confused about being a girl.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Awesome. Not awesome, sorry.
Yeah.
So kind of like me then. Gotcha.
Yeah. And if it does, I'll put it this way: if it does exactly what I'm hearing that they're doing, it's going to have trash word of mouth. It's not going to have legs. And as it stands, Rapunzel, leave that kitten alone. In your bed.
Rapunzel.
Rapunzel,
Eats.
let up your
Ears. Let down your ears. She's a chihuahua with big ears that are too big for her head, so that's what I say.
Okay.
Rapunzel, let down your ears.
But
Also,
if they don't do that, if they don't do the trend that they've been doing, it's still going to be an uphill battle simply because Disney Pixar
Mojo.
has the reputation now.
I think word of mouth could actually save the film. It was a big enough film to start with that I think it's going to have great opening numbers regardless of whether or not they follow through with these rumors. However, my thought is if they follow through with the rumors, it's going to crash and burn. If they don't follow through with the rumors, I think it could still do okay. It might do 400 to 500 million, maybe 600 million.
Hey, I
Possible.
finished my bounty. Cool. That means I get the. Oh, wait, maybe not. There's a delivery I wanted to complete. That I have not successfully completed yet. I need Gyarados.
All right.
Gyarados Scale Plus and Gyarados Fin Plus. I've not gotten any of those, and I've hunted the Gyarados 3 times now, so I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
Ah, good question.
Maybe I've got the
Anybody
wrong-
else have opinions on this one before we move on?
I've got opinions, but I'm trying to maintain a child-friendly stream or a G rating on my stream here, so we'll have to move on.
Well, dang. Brutal.
Well, I
Mariner
think
wants to go off.
I think between myself and Soda, we've already blown out the G rating.
Yeah, but that doesn't
Accident.
mean I need to continue it. Oh, that's why
You're correct.
I've got the wrong hunt going. Okay, I'll have to try the G.
So,
try it next time on that hunt.
did you know that if you do a program, a show, or a movie, you can maintain your PG rating as long as you have no more than one F-bomb.
Yes, but I've had 2 now, so it's gone.
I don't think mine actually came all the way out.
No,
so
yours did.
Giggity?
Did it?
Gig-
Wow.
That's what she said. No.
Jesus!
We're
Between
trying here,
Soda
we're
and
trying,
dropping
it's
another
struggling.
F-bomb.
We're trying here. We're struggling though. Like it's a good thing our viewership isn't
Alright.
that high right now, but yeah.
Hey, for me and
But,
Heroes, just the one each. That's pretty good.
Yeah, we're doing great.
Mine was accident. It just came out, kind of like Heroes did. Oops.
All right, so if there's nothing else to be said about Inside Out 2, any box office predictions? I think I kind of nailed it, but
Yeah, you're
I'm
probably
open to
close.
opinions.
I don't know what its budget is, but I'm betting it's not going to break. It's not going to break even.
Let's see what
Ooh,
the
you're-
budget is.
You're aiming lower than me. If their budget is keeping with the trend that they have been with these Pixar movies, 200 to 300 million would be the ballpark.
175 million.
Oh, still not good.
Apparently,
They
a lot
still
of them
need
said
to-
their Wally was 180, Up was 175, Elemental was 200.
So Pixar's able to
But
do
you're-
things. Pixar's able to do a fully CG movie on a budget of less than 200 million, and yet the Marvels was 230 or 300 plus, and it looked worse.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, just to give you guys an idea, if I go by the standard rule that I follow, which I've been following for about a year and some change, you take your box office, you multiply it by 2.5, or not your box office, your production, and multiply it by 2.5.
Right.
So let's say you double it. That's already over 300 million. So let's say we're pushing about 380 million. I'm just ballparking for what they need to make to break even. So that's not good numbers, guys.
Yeah.
Even with my prediction, they have a strong potential of losing money. But that's my call. That's my prediction. Soda, you said you think I'm pretty close, if not right on. What do you
Yeah,
think?
I believe so, yeah.
Give me the numbers really quick one more time.
So, Soda said that the production for, which one was it? Inside Out 2? Currently
Yeah.
is estimated at 175 million.
And so you multiply that by how much?
2.5.
Okay, so then, and that's the budget, or that's that's the break-even number for the
So-
film.
If you multiply by 2.5, that should be the break even.
Okay. So no, I don't think it'll. Like it'll be a Christmas miracle if they manage to make a profit on this.
Yeah, at the very if it turns out good with good word of mouth, I think they could probably come close to making a bit of money on top, but I don't think they will make a fantastic amount at all. And if they botch it, ain't no way. Not a snowball's chance.
Yeah. By the way, Mojo's been plugging you guys all night. You should thank her.
Thank you, Mojo. We love you.
Thank you very much. Kraven the Hunter.
Uh,
I don't think there's going to be anything Hunter about Craven.
I mean, he's
All
a
right.
good character, but I don't know how a movie's gonna do.
Yeah, this is
Wait
like-
a minute.
this
Wait
is-
a minute.
this
Hold
is-
on. Hold on. Soda? What did you just say?
I said he's a good character in the video games. What are you laughing at? I want to drop some stuff I can't say right.
Hey, Mariner, you better mark this day on a calendar. Soda actually said something positive about a Spider-Man character.
Now
I mean,
get it.
I played him in Marvel Snap. You know, so I don't think Spider-Man was ever in my deck.
Probably not, because you hate Spider-Man.
Spider-Man was a little weird in Marvel Snap, unless they changed him.
Anyways, go ahead, Soda. I was just laughing at what you were saying. So.
Well, my problem with Kraven is if you play League of Legends, there's Draven, and they're basically the same character. So it's really weird. Oh, yeah,
Really quick, Gazoo says, remember Jerry Lewis movies? Everyone hated them except in France.
Yeah, I like that.
Also, Mojo says, Soda Pop, I need a thing I can put on the YouTube for the shoutouts I do for Lagging Out Entertainment.
Huh.
What do you want?
I'm not sure what she's... Like a emoticon or something, Mojo? I'm not sure what she's asking for.
Oh.
Not sure. Anyways, I guess while we wait for her to respond, who was talking about Craven?
Yeah.
Oh, I
so-
was just talking about the League of Legends character Draven is like a mimic of Kraven. I
You might
didn't know
wanna
he was in the
check
Spider-Man universe,
headphones.
so
You might want to check your headphones or something, Soda, because you're kind of getting a little crackly.
am I? What the? Hold on.
I didn't notice.
Now you sound fine. Yeah, well.
Anyways,
It's
Might
my
have just been
sure.
me.
Yeah, it was my sure mic. So
Yeah, there you go. Anyways, that's funny. You didn't know that he was a Spider-Man character. So he's a villain in the Spider-Man, out of the Spider-Man menagerie.
oh, that's
He
why I like him.
is. he is obviously a hunter character. You know that trope of big game savanna hunters that like they go out to Africa and they bag the big game and they want to
Yeah,
hunt
yeah.
the most dangerous stuff. That's basically what Kraven's supposed to be, the character profile of Kraven, and he's all about survival of the fittest, be the strongest, be the baddest, blah blah blah. He goes out and he decides that he wants to hunt the Spider-Man. So that's his shtick, if you will.
Well, if he succeeds, then I'm happy. So.
You know how this goes. And interestingly, they actually bring him into Spider-Man 2, the video game.
Oh.
So, and he's actually they did it really well. Like the overall story of Spider-Man 2, the game was good, was very good. They relegated Miles to a side story, which really, honestly, I feel like dragged the game down. Instead of giving him any actual substantial good story, everything that you do as Miles is a side story. Anyways, this ain't about Spider-Man 2. This is about Kraven. I don't understand why Sony is creating a set of movies based off of the villains of Spider-Man without having Spider-Man in these movies.
Nobody likes Spider-Man.
just my opinion. I feel like it's a. I feel like it's just a misstep. I think it's terrible to do that. Like, yeah, sure, people want to have good fleshed out villains and great stories about villains, but I don't think that I don't think they're playing to the strengths well enough by just featuring a villain or a anti-hero character.
Yeah,
Venom
because
did really well.
well, yeah, but he's funny and likable. Is Craven funny and likable? I guess we'll have to see.
Craven the Hunter is
Well,
not funny and likable.
All right, so
No, he's very serious, very deadly, very dangerous, and I don't think his personality fits carrying a movie.
yeah, because if you look at Joker, you look at again Venom, or look at Harley Quinn, all the ones that can or have, like I don't know.
Yeah.
This is a definitely wait and see one. Excuse me.
Gazoo says, according to the web search results, the character Craven first appeared in Spider-Man animation in 1966 in an episode of the Marvel Superheroes, and that's where Gazoo remembers him from. He thinks.
1966.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest.
I did see that,
that's
Mojo.
way farther back.
Mojo sent me a clip. I'll have to check it out after the stream. But thank you. So
Anyways,
this is going to be the same as Blue Beetle. This is a character very few people other than hardcore Spider-Man fans have seen, know about. This is going to be one of those where they've got so much potential to do good, but we know based on track records that they're just not going to do good. So there's no one excited to see this film because for the normies, this is a completely unknown character, and they have to do really, really well on the trailer to get the normies who know nothing about Craven to come in and see it. And the ones who know about
the trailer looked good. The trailer did look, well, I say good. The trailer actually was intriguing. It was an attention grabber, but knowing what I know about Craven, I don't see it doing good.
Yeah,
like you said, nobody knows this character.
Yeah, the normies don't know this character. The people who do know this character will see this and probably see them doing Craven badly. So it's just, I don't see this going over very well in general.
They pick a good they picked an excellent actor to be the role of Craven, and the way the trailer, I don't actually know names.
Okay.
Hold on, let me check.
If he looks good, if he looks like Craven, then that's a point in their favor.
He does look good. He did, he does look good.
Well, Aaron Taylor Johnson.
I don't recognize that.
Apparently has Russell Crowe in it too, somehow.
It's just they pick a good actor. They did.
They're gonna have
The
Rhino in
trailer-
there. Calypso. So
The trailer looks good, but you don't have Spider-Man in it. If you don't have Spider-Man in it, then I don't see it doing good, because the whole idea, unless they're building the Rogues Gallery by doing all of these outstanding characters, these villain characters in these movies, then and unless they're building towards a villain team up movie against Spider-Man, I just don't see them being successful in this avenue that they're going.
yeah, I kind of have to agree with you on that one. I'll watch it for free, but I'm not paying for it.
Yeah. But
I'm in the same boat. I don't have a good prediction on this one. I'm gonna say 150 million.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, Blue Beetle numbers. That's what I'm predicting on this one.
Yeah.
But I think it's time for me to wrap things up. So thanks, guys, for
Alrighty.
coming and hanging
Oh,
out
yeah.
with me and either watching
Hey,
me
no
hunt
problem.
monsters or talk movies or what have you. Anyone who stuck
Both.
through me through the stream with these two knuckleheads, thank you. We appreciate it. Sorry the conversation got a little wild, but I think that was a good. I was getting a little bit bored of Monster Hunter, just hunting monsters, and so
Right,
we were able to make it a little bit more exciting. Tomorrow night,
Yeah.
I will be back onto my Starfield for Science stream series.
Or science.
Yep, and we're gonna
Or
be
science.
yeah, we're probably gonna start building an outpost. I think tomorrow, or at least
Huh.
getting ourselves more ready towards starting that process. I forget where I left off. Mojo and I did a rehearsal on, or not a rehearsal, but we kind of plotted out what we were gonna do in the next stream, and I don't remember where we ended. But so yeah, just come check that out tomorrow night, and then Thursday night I will be on Lagging Out Live's channel or Lagging Out's channel with Soda Pop doing Baldur's Gate 3 with our little
Baldur's
miniature. Baldur's Gate 3 with both of our miniatures, my miniature characters, my dwarf bard and Soda's gnome. What did you pick?
Hunter.
Hunter. Okay. And then
Ooh, Mariner, did you romance a dragon yet?
We have not romanced anybody.
we have barely gotten into the first first.
Oh,
Like every time I start this game, I can't get past the first village. So it's one of the reasons why I decided to stream it was maybe I'll actually make some progress. And but yes, so
So would you
anyways,
say that you are still maidenless?
oh yeah. We are definitely made or whatever. You know.
Maiden.
poor,
Sorry,
poor,
that's a
poor Shadowheart.
Elden Ring joke there. I'm sorry.
All I can say is poor Shadowheart. She's getting it from both sides. But anyways, yeah. anyways, finally check out Hero and Soda Pop on Lagging Out Live Friday nights. Until tomorrow night, enjoy Monster Hunter World, Iceborne. Fair winds and fun gaming, y'all. Bye-bye.
Have a good one.
Night all.